Okay, number one, rain down. I think we can understand this because it just means to fall down, but not just like one thing falling down. We don't say like the light rained down from the ceiling because it's just one, right? Rain's a lot of little things. So, for example, when people have lots of money and they do that, what do they call it? Like rich people in a club, they throw the money. What is it called? Making it rain. Right? Have you heard that before? Make it rain. So one of my friends, he went to Cuba and Miami recently for a trip, and he said he saw like in a parking lot in Miami, a rich guy like with a car. He got out of his car and started to make it rain with $100 bills. It's like, if you do that, that means like, oh, I'm so awesome, right? It's like kind of showing off. So he's just throwing $100 bills out like that, and many people run up and catch the money. So he's making it rain. But there's a lot of dollar bills falling, right? Not just one. So the example here is volcanic ash is raining down. So it has to be something that could be like rain, lots of little pieces, not just one thing. And it's a lot of it, right? Number two, plummet. Lately, Bitcoin has plummeted. It means to go down sharply, quickly, not just a little bit, right? So if your body temperature, maybe you had a fever and it was like, you know, I don't know Celsius for the body temperature, but what's the body temperature in Celsius? Like in 36.5. So if it went from 36.5 to 36.4, that's not plummeting, right? But if it went from 36.5 to like 33, that's plummeting, right? Number three, scourge, to cause great suffering to. So yeah, climate change is doing that to the earth, right? It's not just one area, it's a huge area, right? Some diseases like malaria will do that, like a whole country will get affected, right? So this isn't just for one person or like one little area, it's like a big area, right? Of pain or problems. Number four, headed downward. So as we know, like a train can be headed for Busan or another city. Headed downward just means like it's going down. This could be a good thing or bad thing depending on what you're talking about. So yeah, in the example, there's an earthquake. Maybe in the beginning they say, oh, we think 5,000 people died. But later they start to find people and their estimate changes, like, oh, now it's 1,000, not 5,000, right? So it's headed downward. Yeah, it just means going down. Number five, peak is a noun and a verb. So if you go to the peak of Bukhan Mountain, you can look over Seoul, right? If you go to the very top. But as a verb, we would say Bitcoin peaked at $19,000, right? Like now it's hovering around $9,000, but it peaked, like it went to the highest point. Maybe you would say like your English vocabulary peaked right before you took the TOEIC test because you studied vocabulary all day for like 2 months, right? So that was like the peak of your vocabulary. And now maybe you haven't used it for a long time, so you've gotten rusty, okay? Number six, grateful. I think we know this. If somebody helps you, you are happy. You are glad they did that. You are thankful. You are grateful, right? Usually children are grateful to their parents, right? When they become adults, they realize how much work their parents did to help them, so they become grateful. And that's all.